I will call the Thursday, August 20th, 2009 meeting to order. Our invocation tonight will be led by Grant Smith, the 12th grader at Dutchtown High School. Our pledge tonight will be led by Mr. Robert Burgess, the Chief Operating Officer and President of ETEL.
Dear Lord, we ask you to bless everyone that's come here tonight, share this time, Lord. Bless everyone that serves on our council for us and keeps our community safe and in line. Lord, just ask you to bring us all together and live as a happy community. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Grant. Mr. Burgess.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Robert. Roll call, Ms. Suzanne. All present, with the exception of Councilman Benny Johnson, who's at work. Councilman, I'll ask for a chair addition. I'll need a two-thirds vote to introduce ordinance for junk and abandoned vehicles and white goods.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman, who was that? Adrian Thompson, second by Councilman Randy Kluart. Any discussion? Any objection? Councilman will make this 9B. Public comment period. Anyone wish to speak on any item on the agenda, please sign up, Ms. Suzanne. You'll be allowed 3 minutes. We'll get right into our presentations. Tonight we're recognizing the qualifiers for the state and the national rodeo finals. Young men and women from our parish that really did good in the state and the national. Would y'all come forward, please?
Get them all up there.
First of all, I want to congratulate all of you on making the state and telling you to find me. Give me a cowboy hat. Anyway, first of all, Miss Randy Roback. Randy was all around cowgirl at the Nationals and whole thing he was very champion. That's correct. That's good. Get all of you up here and take a group picture, but man, he's on second. I might be happy with it. Roll it in here. How many hours a week do we practice? Now the way is back. State cheer, wrestling champion, and national qualifier. Congratulations. Notice that. I'll be a kid. All right,
Their head is that big.
Mike and Vicky Vegas back.
That's Mr. Grant Smith. Grant's been a veteran of this. I think the second time he's been up here. Certainly congratulate you. Congratulations, man. Appreciate you staying.
Flint Fire state qualifier for
Bull riding. Appreciate it. You want to say anything about riding a bull? Katie DeVere. State qualified for breakaway roping. Yes. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Shannon Heath, state qualified for pole bending. We got 2 pole benders. Oh, I got Blake DeVere. That's okay, we'll get you with it, brother.
Here's Shannon area.
Come on, Blake, we'll take you with it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm going to just read Blake. It says, the Parish of Ascension is proud to present the certificate to Blake DeVere for finishing 3rd in shoot dogging and qualifying for nationals in the Louisiana High School Rodeo State Championship Wrangler Division, as well as being a state qualifying breakaway roping and goat tying. We join with the Parish Council in offering our congratulations. Elise Gilry. Elise is a state qualified in 3 events. Let's see what they are.
Is it Elise or?
Elise. Mm-hmm. And girls breakaway roping, goat tying, and ribbon roping. So congratulations. I think all of y'all should be awarded letters and high school.
Any of the parents that are here tonight, stand up, please. You parents?
Yes, please.
Stand up. Next, we'll move into our Parish President Report, Prescription Drug Plan Program.
Yes, I'm pleased to announce that Ascension Parish, as a member of NACO, the National Organization of Counties, will take advantage of their prescription drug card program beginning November 2nd, 2009. This program is free and open to all Ascension Parish residents, both insured and uninsured, and this card allows them to receive up to 22% off their prescription medication. There is no cost to the parish or residents. This is a benefit the parish receives for being a member of NACO. This program offers value, a large national network, pharmacy network, excellent customer support, and features the Ascension Parish logo on front of the card. Residents should watch for more information on Channel 21 and in their local newspapers. So, Ms. Sherry Kinchin, you want to maybe give us a little briefing on this?
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, members of the council. I think you pretty well summed it up. Some of you had approached me about taking advantage of this program, and you had talked with other parishes. Just to summarize what parish president said, it's easy to participate. There are no fees, no forms to fill out, no age or income requirements. There are no costs to the county, taxpayers, or consumers. CVS Caremark negotiates the discounts directly with the participating pharmacies. Neither NACO nor the participating counties receive any revenue from the program. Everyone in the parish is eligible, and consumers will always receive the lowest retail price. But you must be a NACO member to participate. So these are the participating pharmacies. So I'll just scroll down real quick for you. And councilmen, all of you should have this in a packet that we provided to you. You can see that it's the major chains as well as some of the smaller family-owned pharmacies. On page 13 of your handout for the NACO drug card program, it has some frequently asked questions. And the public information officer and human resources, as well as the health unit, will be getting some of this information out when we receive our media kit. So if you have any questions, you can look on there. It pretty much has everything that you want to know about the program. I think it's a great thing. I want to thank Councilman Dennis Cullen for pushing us on this, as well as Mr. Martinez also for making us find out more about it. I think it's going to be a great program. If you watched Channel 2 last night, our public information officer did a nice story on it and kind of gave an overview. So watch on Channel 21 and in the newspaper as we bring the residents of Ascension Parish a better quality of life.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. President?
I have received a letter today, and I want to share it with you under my report. We're going to do an official press release in the near future with our state delegation, but and with DQ. But I'm going to read this letter. It says, to the Honorable Tommy Martinez and Parish Council regarding wastewater sewer improvement project. Dear President Martinez, congratulations. After a careful preliminary technical review of the information you submitted in your Clean Water State Revolving Fund loan application, your wastewater sewer improvement project has been recommended for funding through the CWSRF program in the amount of $18 million. This funding will be in the form of low interest with a fixed rate of 0.95% in a 20-year payback term. Your project is recommended for the loan in FY 2010 based on the premise that you can incur debt, have the demonstrated ability to repay the debt, can meet all the standard technical and engineering requirements, as well as all conditions that are required under the state and federal guidelines to close this loan. Your timely response to this letter confirming your municipality's ability to meet the financial, technical, engineering requirements in all applicable state and federal laws to properly close on this loan is essential. Should you fail to respond in the next 30 days or unable to meet any of the aforementioned state or federal conditions or requirements necessary to close on this loan, we will use the funds to support the next municipality in line and will reconsider your application in FY 2011. Once again, your timely response to this letter is critical. But again, bottom line is this is great news for Ascension Parish. Mr. Grant has been working on this. We have all the paperwork ready to send to them. This is something that we came to you earlier, and we actually applied for $53 million, but we have $18 million. So we're gonna, at the next utility meeting, we're gonna formally go through the entire process with you and then bring it back to the council. So.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay.
Any discussion with the President? Okay, so thank you. Next, we'll move into our consent agenda section. Councilman, I have told you all before the meeting. I'll say it again on item 7K. There's a typo. Oak Alley Estate should read Old Dutchtown. 7Q, debris removal monitoring. We will defer to next meeting. This is the second part of that contract. And I'll need a motion. Motion by Councilman Adrian Thompson.
Second.
Second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
I got a little discussion on R, which is a consultant selection of the traffic cameras.
Yes, sir.
Had a couple of constituents been coming to me. I don't know if y'all have been up against some red lights, like on Highway 431 with no turn lanes. You have to sit there, and sometimes you got to sit there through 3 traffic lights before you can turn. So they are turning a lot of times on yellow, sometimes red. They are making their turns. That's the only way they can get in, Gold Place Road, and a few of these places. So I guess my question is, if we move on this, is the money going to be dedicated for turn lanes, signal lanes, to improve them? Because that's where the problem's going to be. And we don't want our constituents, you know, because right now I can tell you, I had quite a few from the Sanamo area come to me and tell me that they run red lights on 431 to get home Gold Place Road. They can sit there at 3, you know, turn signals before they can turn, and you know they'll run it on red, you know, and without a turn lane, I don't see us putting them, I guess, cameras there until we can improve some turning lanes. That's one question. I have one other one after that, but y'all go ahead.
President Martinez.
We put in for actually 10 turn lanes on Highway 431. In fact, we met with the engineers today from DOTD, and I think we're going to end up getting.
I know we're putting a bunch in, but I just wanted to
put one in.
Whether we can dedicate the money that we're going to be receiving for this, dedicated for roads and intersections. Is that legal, or is that something we're going to look at doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's already in the ordinance. If you read the ordinance, that's what it says in there. But 431, again, you're going to get those improvements. That's been approved, Gold Place and 431. That's going to be the next intersection that's going to be done. They just finished Weber City last year. We were looking at Highway 42 and 431 and doing a roundabout there. Also some widening by the school of the turn lane so you can make a wider turn there. Also at Airline and 431. So all those projects are now in the Highway Department's projects. Basically, it's going to cost about $10 million to do all of them. We're going to get probably, in fact, we're going to make that announcement soon, too, that we'll get about $3 million, hopefully, this year of surplus money to put on those projects on 431. So that's all good news, too.
Yeah. Representative Smiley's been working hard on trying to get some money for these turn lanes also. I've been working with him for the last 3 or 4 years, and he's been working to get some money. I guess one other question is, the consultant that we're picking tonight, did this have to go out for bids, or it did go out? Okay. That's the second question. That's all I got. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any more discussion, Councilman? I've got a motion. I've got a second. Any objections? Motion carries. Committee recommendations, Utilities Committee recommendations, Chairman Adrian Thompson.
Yes, thank you, Chairman Bell. Agenda item A was a recommendation from the committee to send a letter to Energy asking them to look at a different route or look at a better way to run that power line from Highway 70, down Highway 73 to Highway 30.
A motion by Councilman Dempsey Lambert.
Second.
Second by Councilman George Valentine. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Change order, which is a mistake on the agenda for Country Ridge, was the substantial. It's a substantial completion.
That was a typo?
Typo.
Okay. Motion by Councilman Joseph.
Second.
Second by Councilman Todd Lambert.
And it also was a recommendation from the Utilities Committee. Okay. I think I should have everything in.
Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Chairman, that letter also was supposed to go to the PSC, asking them to look into it.
I see it listed, right. Public Service Commissioner, okay. All right, sir. Anything else, Chairman?
That's it, thank you.
Okay, sir. Item 9, Strategic Planning Committee, Chairman Kent Shakespeare.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We just wanted to, this has been going around for a couple of years, and now we've finally gotten to the point where we have it before the council, and we wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to bring out anything for discussion on the junk and abandoned vehicles and white goods located on private property. And with none of that, then I'd like to go to
B.
to B as move the ordinance as it was presented.
A motion by Councilman Adrian Thompson, second by Councilman Chris Lower. Any discussion? Councilman Lower.
I just want to congratulate Councilman Shake Snyder and the other folks on the Strategic Planning Committee. I think this is a great ordinance, something that's been in discussion for a long time, and to finally get this done, I think is a great example of a parish that's in transition. So thank you.
Also, wanted to announce that we'll probably, I think Mr. Grant said, sometime before the end of the year, we'll be able to implement our parish court where we can bring these ordinances and enforce them, and we will have enforcement of them.
Very good, Councilman Shake Snyder. Any more discussion?
No, that's good, Mr. Chairman.
Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 10, Finance Committee, Chairman Chris Lower.
This was the item on the Finance Committee meeting that we did not have any documentation for. So if you've looked at this in your packets, basically it's an insurance claim for $10,558.83 for a auto accident, and releasing us from any further claims. If there's any further discussion about it, Mr. Sedgefran or Ms. Amanda could enlighten you on further. So moved. Second.
Moved by Councilman Olive Joe, second by Councilman Adrian Thompson. Any discussion? Any objections? Motion carries. General business, resolution, special counsel in the Alligator Bayou suit. Mrs. Manda?
That we hire additional counsel to handle this lawsuit, and we were also served with another regarding the same matter. So it's a necessary step to hire outside counsel.
So moved. Moved by Councilman George Valentine, second by Councilman Kent Shake Snyder. Any discussion?
Yes, discussion.
Councilman Valentine.
Chairman, Miss Amanda, of course, let me say the Alligator Bayou, of course, naturally is near and dear to District 8, the part I represent. Right off the bat, I really don't care if the attorney wins or not on this one, since it brings back the level of the water. But I do am requesting, Ms. Amanda, we do not have, or Mr. Grant, we do not have a contract in front of us for the council, for the special counsel, which is required by our charter. Charter requires a contract.
The contract would not exceed $50,000. It would be included on the finance report.
That's not stipulated in our charter, Ms. Amanda. Section 5, if you'll read, it says, no special counsel shall be retained by the parish except for a written contract approved for favorable majority of the governing body. So I would suggest that means that we should see the contract.
We have a draft of the contract. In fact, we've used this gentleman before, but this is a necessary step to send to the Attorney General's office, and that's what we're most interested in getting accomplished at this point.
I agree, we've used him before, but before we used him, we also didn't get a contract. So, I mean, you know, the council, it's our situation. We get represented. We ought to know how much we're getting paid and get represented and how much we're doing. It's a matter of money and finances. So I suggest in the future when we do something like this that we have the contract before the council.
Okay, any more discussion? Any objection? Resolution passes. Presentation of Home Rule Charter Commission and the presentation by Chairman Milton Cluart.
How you doing, gentlemen? Home Rule Charter Commission would like to present recommendations of our report, and Mr. Boucher is handing y'all each one.
Okay, thank y'all. Thank you for your service. What we will do in 60 days, we'll convene on this Home Rule Charter.
If any one of y'all have any questions, anything like that, just feel free to contact us. We'll be glad to help y'all. Thank you.
Chairman.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bill.
Let me just publicly again from the council thank the members Mr. Roberts and Mr. Milton especially for chairing the tedious task of what you guys and ladies went through, and we appreciate y'all's effort in that very much. Thank you very much. Okay?
Thank you, Councilman.
Okay. Okay, we will get into our introduction of ordinance section. Item 13, introduction of ordinance, budget amendment number 5, to amend the ordinance approving, adopting, and appropriating the 2009 operating and capital budget for the Parish of Ascension, adopted by the Ascension Parish Council on the 20th day of November, 2008.
Motion to introduce, Mr.
Motion
Chairman.
introduced by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Kluart. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 14, to authorize the lease of one tract of land currently owned by the Parish of Ascension to Capital City Family Health Center.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Adrian Thompson, second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 15, we also have a typo. Gary Wayne Dunbar and Gary Wayne Dunbar. Scratch the second Dwayne Dunbar out. To acquire immovable property from Dwayne Dunbar and Tanya Bridgewater Dunbar in the amount of $18,875, and to pay severance damages to the remainder of the property in the amount of $71,625 for a total payment of $90,500. Moved by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Second by Councilman Kent Shakespeare. Any discussion? Councilman Adrian Thompson.
How much land is this?
We have our representatives here, and maybe you can explain the whole situation and what this ordinance is
Mr.
about.
Rabelais.
Mr. Rabelais, you here?
Good evening.
0.3 acres.
0.3 acres.
Yes, sir. There's, the required right-of-way is 4,789 square feet. It's approximately a third of the total land area of that lot.
Mr. Rabelais,
Okay, Parish President.
sorry, Mr. Thompson, you got him.
Go ahead. I want to hear what you had to say.
You, on this lot that I know this seems to be like a lot of, it seems like a lot of money for 4,700 square feet. What exactly are we paying this gentleman for, and this family for?
We're paying Mr. Dunbar for the acquisition of the property that's located between his house and Roddy Road. He sits on a corner lot. The required right-of-way comes within approximately 4 feet of his house. So we're buying about a third of the property. We've had the property appraised by Jim Lipscomb, who's done quite a bit of appraisal work in the parish. He feels that the value of the land is I believe it's 18 to 20,000 with some minor improvements such as some concrete paving, but that there will be a diminution in value to the home when he sells it at a later date should he sell it. It's the severance damages that would accrue to that property. The property has a before value of approximately $175,000, $180,000.
So, if we don't buy this property, we don't pay for these damages up front, and we buy them out, we have to pay
Yes, sir.
moving costs also.
When I met with Mr. Dunbar initially, we looked, and he wasn't particularly happy with having the right-of-way line come in that close. And there was some discussion about relocation. We have relocated other people that were somewhat further back from this. If we did that and y'all declared it adversely impacted so that you could buy them out, because of the fact that you didn't hit the house, we can't force him to sell it to you. But if you declared it, if he agreed you declared it adversely impacted, then we would start relocation proceedings, and I can't say for sure, but I believe it would probably end up in the long run costing you more money.
So if we bought him out, you're saying it would cost us about $180,000?
Yes, sir. And then, of course, you would have possession of the home, and then
If we sell the house?
you have to dispose of the house. And the way we look at it now, according to the appraiser, he feels that if the house were sold after the acquisition, that Mr. Dunbar would get approximately 50 cents on the dollar of what he could get if he sold it prior to anything happening on this project. then the parish is put in a position of owning the real estate for a period of time, probably until the end of the construction time. The odds of moving it during construction may be fairly rare, and then you would have to turn around and dispose of it and do it at a public auction, I believe. And if you would get more than $75,000 or $80,000, you would come out ahead.
Point of order, Mr.
If we-
Chairman.
Valentine?
This is an introduction. To be very honest with you, council, we should not be discussing it. The reason why is because it hadn't even been published yet. You have to introduce it for it to be published.
I understand, but I got some
I understand
questions
it,
I'd
Chair,
like to.
but what this does is makes it a one-sided conversation. The general public is not aware of what this ordinance is about, and so you have a one-sided discussion.
Well, we're in discussion mode, Mr. Rabelais, right now.
But this is a point of order because you do not discuss an ordinance that is introduced. That is done at the public hearing. Just point of order. Mr. Chairman, you can rule on.
I can ask these
Go
questions at the next, there's no problem.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just doing it legal, Ms.
I've
Parrish.
got a motion.
I
I've
don't
got a
think this is
second.
illegal, but
Any discussion, any objection, ordinance is introduced. To authorize the Parish of Ascension through the office of the Parish President to enter into a servitude agreement with William Harold Dixon and Mary Lee Dixon for the property described in Exhibit A. Moved by Councilman Dempsey Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Cluart. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Public hearing, ordinance, Ms. Lindsay Manor, reading of the ordinance, item 17.
Whereas Ascension Parish is a local governmental subdivision as defined by Article 6, Section 44 of the Louisiana Constitution of 1974, and whereas the Parish of Ascension is the governing and responsible body over the zoning and regulations within this jurisdiction, and whereas Article 6 of the Home Rule Charter of Ascension Parish, adopted May 4, 1993, identifies the process and manner in which to adopt ordinances regulating the lands of this parish, and whereas the Parish Council adopted the present official zoning map on June 30, 2009, and whereas the Parish Council reserves the authority to make changes to the zoning map, whereas the required public notice was advertised on the following dates: Donaldsonville Chief, May 21, 2009, May 28, 2009, June 4, 2009. Gonzales Weekly, May 22, 2009, May 29, 2009, June 8, 2009. Be it ordained by the Ascension Parish Governing Authority that the official zoning map of June 30, 2009 for Ascension Parish, Louisiana is amended as follows. Zoning Review ID 2010.09, Lewis J. Henderson, 1.706 acre tract for Darrell G. May, located on the northwest corner of LA Highway 73 and Longwood Avenue, to rezone property from medium intensity residential to mixed use 2, and being more particularly described as follows. A certain small parcel of land situated in the Parish of Ascension, the southeast quarter of Section 2, Township 9 South, Range 2 East, Southeastern Land District of Louisiana, containing approximately 1 8/10 acres, and bounded on east of Old Jefferson Highway, south by the land of Clyde Babin, west by the estates of Vivi's parents, and running north by the private road running from Old Jefferson Highway to the property of the estates of Vivi's parents, being a part of the same property acquired by Joseph DeLon from Dubois Landry on July 1904 by deed recorded in COB 46 Folio 34 of Ascension Parish, and acquired by vendors here and by inheritance from their father, Joseph DeLon, as shown in the judgment of possession and succession of Joseph DeLon, number 2415, a probate document in the Parish of Ascension, signed on the day of April 1951 and recorded in COB 94. Folio 162 of Ascension Parish. In the event that any portion of this ordinance is ever held invalid or unconstitutional for any reason by any court of competent jurisdiction over it, such portion shall be deemed a separate, distinct, and independent provision and shall not affect the validity of the remaining portions of the ordinance.
I need a motion to open public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Valentine, second by Councilman Cluart. Anyone wish to speak on this item, please come forward. You'll be allowed 3 minutes.
Move to close.
Move to close by Councilman Valentine, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Need a motion to move the ordinance.
Move the ordinance, Chairman.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Valentine, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is approved. Item 20, Councilman Todd Lambert.
Motion adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
Second.